You are now tuned in to the Premier Hotspur TV. Sit back, get involved, comment away, because we are live.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Yes, guys, we are back again tonight, guys, with the Carabao Cup third round tie, Wolves versus Tottenham. I didn't really want to do it. I don't care about this cup. But joined by my co-host Matt. Matt, how's it going, pal?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Sorry I was running a bit late. Work was a bit crazy tonight, but I'm here, and yeah, I'm tired, but I'm raring to go. So we keep going.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. We've got some comments straight in, guys. We've got Jake. First, we've got Talk THFC. Big up Premier Hotspur.
Thank you.
We have got Jake. Big up, lads. Jake says win tomorrow and get Liverpool in the fourth round.
Shut up! Is that who we've got? It's not, is it?
It's the end of the wind up, probably, isn't it?
Oh bloody! Is the draw tonight? Or
I don't know, mate. It's probably tomorrow, isn't it? On Wednesday. So, guys, yes, we are playing tomorrow night, guys, against Wolves in the third round. Nuno went back there first time round and he got his first win, a lucky penalty where we, over a majority of the game, we did get battered. If they had a clinical striker, they probably would have got something out of that game without a shadow of a doubt. But we come away with that win. But tomorrow's a bit different contest, Matt. We have got facts and stats in here. All right, Simon, Matt, hope you're both well. Let's hope we can kick this losing spree we're on and kick on right before the Arsenal game. Facts and stats, thanks for your support, pal. And Talk THFC and Jake. And Jake says draw is tomorrow, just a guess. You will get us. Vinay says Wolves could upset us, to be frank. Yes, so Matt, so guys, subscribe, like, share, comment, guys, and we're on the road to 1K subs, guys. We've been on it for ages, Matt, and we'll definitely get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Matt, let's just get into some early team news. On the Wolves side, they got is it Reno? Is that how you pronounce it, Matt?
I'm guessing it's like Kinder Bueno. I'm guessing.
Yeah, Bueno. Got thigh injury. He's out. Johnny got a knee injury. He's out, and Neto has got a knee injury. He's out.
He's been out for ages, isn't he, old Neto? I mean,
yes, absolutely, Matt. And we got the Tottenham team. Team news. We got Bergwijn ankle injury, Lucas ankle injury, Session knock, all questionable. Facts and stats. Hopefully, we can get this bad form away and moving into the derby. So, Matt, the first one, mate. Do you expect a reaction from these players tomorrow after? So you can say the good. I mean, a good first half or good 35 minutes, what you want to call it. And then the second half was shocking, absolutely shocking. Do you expect a bounce back from these players, a reaction, or can they get themselves up for it? You know what I mean?
Well,
just before at least get something out of this game, just to put themselves into this North London derby on at least a win or win some good hope, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nuno's going to expect a reaction. From what I heard of his press conference today, I thought it was quite honest. I thought he was quite open with kind of. He knows we had a good first half the other day, but he says it was not nowhere near good enough in the second half. And I think actually him coming out and being quite open, I actually found it quite like good to hear because normally he's a bit of a closed book recently, anyway, with the media. So I think he knows he's in, a bit of a tough period at the moment, as I'm sure, as well as the players do. I just think it. I think we will maybe get a reaction, but I think it does depend on the kind of team he goes for.
Yeah,
Um, I think it'll be a good mix. I'd go with a few of our good players alongside some of the second string because obviously we don't want to play just a first team. But I mean, for me, I'd kind of want us to. I'm kind of getting sick. I just want the monkey off our back, off the cup, off not winning a cup. So I don't think we're, like I said, I think we're miles off the top four. So I mean, if we can, I'd like to go for a cup. I mean, we nearly won it last year, so and it was the last one we actually won. So I don't know. I think I'd like us to obviously at least, well, hopefully get to the next round. And from what I've seen of Wolves, especially against Brentford, that was their first team. They still didn't didn't score, and they got outplayed by Brentford. To be honest, I think we can get at them, but we've got to be on it, and we've got to show some attacking intent, not content. Yeah, but no, I think we will see a reaction. I'd hope to see a reaction anyway. I think we've got a big week coming up, and I think we need some momentum, especially going into Sunday.
absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. It's not only the Chelsea game as well, Matt. It's just over the course of the season so far,
Yeah.
apart from the City game, we haven't been playing great football.
No.
So tomorrow, I'll just literally, I'll teach some of these players a lesson. So see, you're going out there and you're going to play tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? I won't just go out there and just put the kids out there. I'll say to some of these experienced heads that you've been well off the pace. You've been well off. But you've got to go out there, at least put something, put smiles back on these Spurs fans' faces. I mean, and just to get some hope for the weekend, Matt. Because we'll get into that when we do our stream against Arsenal. But at the minute, I've got no excitement for that game. I've always got excitement for the North London game, always, and I always back Spurs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every time, but it's going to be a real hard one to see.
Definitely. I'm kind of in the same predicament, I think, as you are. I'm just like, I'm more dreading it than looking forward to it, which kind of like the old days again. But yeah.
Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. So, do I expect a reaction? With Spurs at the end of the day, and some of these players, seriously, hasn't got it in them. Hasn't literally got it. I'd say some of these players ain't got it in to get up for North London derby. So why should they get up for a game like this tomorrow? And they can't. Some of them can't get up for a game. It's Chelsea. You know what I mean, a massive rival to us as well.
Yeah.
I mean, over the years, but tomorrow, seriously, I'll say to these players, mate, you're going back out there. You'll have no rest. You're going back out there. That includes Harry Kane as well, because he's absolutely been shocking. I mean, he's formed.
He needs a goal. Needs a goal, doesn't he? He needs to get some shots.
He needs a goal, Matt. He just needs to start flipping, showing he actually wants to be out there. That's the thing, Matt. His body language just doesn't want. And this is not Harry Kane, mate. It's not Harry Kane. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think if I'm Nuno, I don't want him dropping deep anymore. I just want him to stay up front. To be honest, I'd be like.
But to me, would I want Harry Kane to play tomorrow?
Yeah.
No. I won't. I'll put him on a bench. I'll make him travel. I'll make him travel. I won't have a luxury player. He hasn't been. He is a luxury player.
Maybe he doesn't deserve to start tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe Dane Scarlett deserves another go. It's a tough one. But then if you play that, if you say he doesn't deserve to play this one, he doesn't deserve to play against Arsenal for me.
Yeah. But I won't. If all our big players, all our big hitters, all our big experienced players, if they're fit and raring to go, I will not give them a night off. Seriously, I'll make them travel. Even if they're on the bench, I'll make them travel. Seriously. Seriously, and just tell them, seriously, just give them just give them a bit of a know-how. I mean, they're not playing great football for us, and they need to live and roll their sleeves up. And Bats and Sat says we need this win tomorrow as Arsenal are on the up and we're on the down. We need a swing of momentum before going in against them. The only thing I can say about the Arsenal, that got lucky, I think, against Norwich and against Burnley. So let's not get hyped about this Arsenal game all weekend. It's not like they've just gone out and beat Chelsea or United, City, Liverpool. It's not. I mean, they've just beaten Norwich.
Yeah.
I mean, at home, only 1-0.
Norwich are the worst team probably in the league as well.
And Burnley, okay, it's a hard ground.
They're struggling.
They're struggling. I mean, they're a hard ground to go to. Always is, but they're struggling, and it was only 1-0. But they were lucky. It should have been a penalty. Me personally, should have been a penalty, and Burnley missed some chances as well. So, to me, let's not think Arsenal are back, and their fans know they're not back. So it's two teams, Arsenal and Tottenham, at the minute.
I'd rather Arsenal think they're back. Go in with that arrogancy, and then maybe maybe Spurs go in as slight underdogs, and then maybe we can. It's not as much pressure, but yeah.
100% true. Facts and stats says we need Stevie B and Lucas as well. As Stevie B,
it doesn't look good, does it? He's in a boot, isn't he?
Yeah, he's protected boot, so he will not be playing tomorrow or Sunday.
Twisted ankle and something else.
Lucas looks like he may make it tomorrow. Also, to add some pace and drive as up the pitch, we just rely on Son. I say that first game without Kane against City, and since Kane come back, I think Kane slowed our play down.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
Counter attack, is there?
I mean, it's no. When we do get the ball, we don't get the ball up quick enough. I mean, get back City, we was lightning quick. I mean, and that's the question. I mean, and we have got Richard Evans. Thank you for coming in, pal. Wolves 2, Arsenal 1, Arsenal 3, Spurs 0. I have no confidence in this football club, from the boardroom to the players. Wow, big predictions there from Richard. I absolutely respect your opinion, Richard. And as I said, I'll never back against Spurs. I never say they're going to lose, especially against Arsenal. I'll never say. But I've got no confidence in a minute. I really am. It's going to be interesting to see my prediction, actually, for that one. So we've got Don Carley says, leave Kane out tomorrow and we'll get a result. It's simple. Yeah, I'll put him on the bench, though. I'll make him travel, though, pal. I'll make him travel. Let's not think about it.
I think Nuno's got to put him in his place a little bit and kind of say, if you're not going to step up, you're going to be sitting on the bench. You're not going to. I don't care if you're Golden Boot winner, top goal scorer, top assist. You're not doing it at the moment, and your attitude stinks.
Yeah,
Mourinho would do it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, of course he would. Richard says Paul Merson must be back on the sniff. He says Spurs have no chance. Do you know what? Right, I never agree with this guy. Paul Merson.
That's fine. Normally, when he thinks we're out of it,
I think Paul's I like him as a person. I think he's
anti-Spurs, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very anti-Spurs. Obviously.
He always predicts us to lose.
Yeah, and I've always called him deluded in the past, but it's hard not to agree with him this time around. It really ain't. As a Spurs fan, that's hard to just to come out with, but. Talk to the agency. Some of the players haven't got it in them to actually perform tomorrow and the derby. Richard, I've got to shoot off as I'm on night shift. Love this channel, boys. Richard, thanks for coming on. Thanks for your support. You're always in here, mate.
Enjoy your night shift as well.
Enjoy your work, pal. But thanks, Rich. See you, pal. Facts and stats. Take care, mate. Chat to you soon, fella. Yes, Richard. Thanks for that, pal. So, do we respect? I do expect a reaction from certain players tomorrow. Me personally, they have to. Because some of these players have been well and below par. Matt, will you rest the big guns, as I've called them, the big players, the big guns for Sunday, or do you teach them a lesson for not playing as well as they are at the minute with especially Harry Kane's and all that? Son don't look on He doesn't. He's not in great form, is he? Really, I know he's got that little niggle injury, but no excuses really. And the likes of oh Jesus Christ, Skip, Pierre as well, Tungy. I mean, these sort of players that you'll leave out, Matt, and having for the London derby at the week, especially the centre backs pairing. Will you change that up? You know what I mean? So, will you rest some of these big players for Sunday?
Yeah, I think so. I think with like Ndombele and Lo Celso, we know they don't play 90 minutes anyway, so you may as well maybe start one of them, and then maybe you could change one of them for the other. Because they're not going to play 90 minutes. They've never done it. So somehow they only last 60 to 70 minutes. So I definitely think one of them will play. I think he might rest Dele Alli, to be honest. Maybe. It's a tough one. I would say play Kane, but then I'm like,
it all depends who we got available, like from them,
it does.
from them injuries.
And
I
obviously
mean,
we
by
we
Lucas.
can't really afford to get another big injury. Really, we're already down to the bones, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
like I've said, I think I'd like a good mix of squad players in there with maybe a couple of the top players as well. Maybe get the job done, or maybe put them on the bench, like you say, and bring them on if we need them, or play them in the first half and let them get the job done, maybe, and then take them off.
Yeah, I said, would you rest? In the past, you would have said, because in the past we've had the players like Son, like Keynes, and the Allies of top form coming to this game, where you can say, do you know what, big game Sunday, have a rest, lads. You've done great.
They need to get their confidence back, don't they?
But
They need
absolutely,
some form of confidence.
they need some sort of form. They need goals going into this North London derby, and I don't think this is the correct time to start resting the big players. I've always said it. For professional footballers who's getting paid a lot of money should be playing twice a week. They should have no problems. Should have no problems whatsoever playing a Wednesday and a Sunday, or whatever, Wednesday, Saturday. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They should be able to do it. You know what I mean, at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But just for bad form, need goals. We need to get back to winning ways. Try and go into the Arsenal game with a bit of hope. I don't think we can afford to drop these big players. At least, as you say, Matt, at least just make them travel and go on the bench. You know what I mean? Then, so we've got a couple of comments in here. This one. Dean says, thank you very much, Dean, for coming in, pal. Always on here as well. Thanks for your support for the channel, Mum. And he says, my opinion, I don't think Dyer had a bad game. He cleared off the line, had a chance, stayed unlucky with deflection.
I'd actually kind of agree with that. I thought he was pretty. I thought he has been pretty solid. One of the most solid centre backs. I think even with Ramiro, I thought they looked pretty good together. I think I can't blame Dyer for a deflection. He's tried to get in the way of a shot, and it's just one of those things where it's gone in, and sometimes that happens, doesn't it? But I could see he was at least. I think there was in the first half. I think Chelsea nearly scored with the. It was Mason Mount, didn't it? It got blocked by. I think it was Emerson, and you could see Dyer like shouting at players trying to direct. And to be fair, he's the only one who's actually come out and apologised for the performance and said we want and I like that, because I think okay, he's not the greatest player ever, but I think he does have the qualities of a kind of leader. I do think he's got a big voice on the pitch. I hear him quite a lot. I think he could be a good defender under someone like Nuno. I think Nuno's helped someone like Connor Cody. I think he could help someone like Eric Dyer. I think there are similarities there in terms of how loud they are, kind of their build, that sort of thing. I just think, I think, to be honest, Dyer wasn't actually that bad on the day. Most defenders are going to go and try and block that Kante shot, and if it goes in, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. But I think there was worse players on the pitch than him.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. We've got Dean saying 15 mil. 50 mil for winning Conference League. Last three seasons, Norwich have made more money going up and down. Doing absolutely fantastic comment, pal. Facts and Stats says if you're not performing or delivering, you don't deserve to be on the pitch. I'd rather see our youth play with a mix of senior players who have desire to play for the badge. Facts and Stats. I can see where you're coming from. In a minute, there's not enough experienced players who are showing their wealth at the minute. They're showing their worth of starting these games. And with the youth mix,
it's a risk, isn't it? It really,
it's a massive risk playing.
We're not playing well, so I probably wouldn't put many of them in, just because I think I don't want them to be kind of scarred by the situation, or people have a go at them maybe if they don't have the greatest game.
Absolutely, mate. JP, evening, mate. Thanks for coming in, pal. Back on the channel again. He's always been a favourite on the channel. Always in here supporting me and Matt. Evening, Simon, Matt. Chelsea was a game of two halves. When we didn't score first half, I was worried. I was impressed with the line up, though. Although they is an argument about dropping Kane. Absolutely. Yeah, the lineup was great. As I said before the game kicked off, I thought, wow, we've been asking for this. We have been coming on here and we've been ranting and we've been saying, oh, what's he doing? There's no creativity and there's no style of play. There's no going forward. There's no pressing. But he started with everything. On Sunday, he had bits of everything. He had pressing, he had creativity, and
if we can generate that first half into a game overall, I mean, there's signs there, isn't there?
Yeah. I think JP's right there. Even if he just got a goal before half time,
got in at 1-0. I think it would have changed the game.
It would definitely have changed the game. We just rue our luck not getting at least a goal.
I think we don't shoot enough. Like when Chelsea just take a pot shot now and again. I just think sometimes maybe just have a go. Like you just never know if it will just deflect off someone, and go in. If you don't have a go, you're not going to score, right? I just think sometimes we're just trying to walk it in the back of the net rather than, have a few shots. I want to see your likes of your Lo Celso and your players who's supposed to provide goals. They must have an all right shot on them. Have a go.
Absolutely. But JP, thanks for coming in, matey. Dean said, when Kane signed new contract with release clause, goals will come. Wow. When is it going to come? Dean, he is trying.
I wouldn't be signing a new contract with him at the moment. I'll be like, you're not earning it, mate.
That team against Chelsea will be way too strong for Arsenal. We should rest some of our most important players against Wolves 100%. Yeah, but I'm making trouble though, JP. I don't. They've not been playing nowhere near standards, and I will not let them have the luxury to stay at home to have rest. I think that I'll make them travel. I'll make them go on that bench, even on the bench.
I think the only one who maybe might deserve a rest, I would say Lloris, but then he's going to be on the bench, isn't he? Because Galini will
be on the bench. Galini's going to be on the bench. Yeah.
But if you're talking someone who's held his head pretty high and done well this year, I have to say Lloris. I think he has been. If it wasn't for him on Sunday, it would have been 6 or 7, to be honest.
Dean says, "Don't go there." Big Colin Cody fan said this before. When is he coming to Spurs? I think that one's.
I think that one's done.
I think it's travelled now. I think it's gone. That rumour.
He signed, so.
We've got Romero in. Maybe they're probably looking at someone in the summer, probably now, to play alongside Romero for next season. And what I get for January, apparently looking for midfielder, but where's the striker?
Well, we don't know what type. Hopefully, a creative midfielder, because obviously it just says midfielder, doesn't it? So maybe they're going to be. But January's not easy.
Matt, I still say we won't get no one in January. I'll be very surprised. It's a hard window to get players. I
still say Jesse Lingard.
You've got to pay over the odds, right? And Daniel Levy, you know for sure, does not pay over the odds.
Yeah, I still
for
think Jesse
Bernardo.
Lingard would do a job. I think he'd do better than Ali, to be honest. Well, that goal he scored the other day, that was a beauty.
So, guys, keep bringing your comments in, guys. Thanks for everyone who's tuned in so far. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Get this channel out to all your families and friends, guys. Make sure they're on board. Make sure to subscribe. They don't have to follow us. It's free of charge, guys. And we're on the road to 1K, guys. So that was Will You Rest Big Players for Sunday?
A mix.
Last word on this one. No, I won't rest. I'll make them travel. Will you start them? No, I'm making bench. That's what I'll say. Because you got to get it into their heads that. I mean, they're probably going to heads. Oh, normally I don't travel the squad with these games like this. You know what I mean, there's got to be a reason why I'm travelling. You know what I mean? Because you're not playing well. I mean, you got up your game. And I think Kane. It'd be great to have Kane in the team tomorrow because just needs a goal. And if he get his goal tomorrow, I mean, a bit of confidence. I mean, we'll be going into that game, going to training during the week. I mean, and so yeah. And Matt, how big of a week is this for Nuno? Obviously losing to Chelsea, Matt. Going to tomorrow's game against his old club Wolves. North London derby's first one, Matt, at the weekend. And then we've got a tough one in after that. We've got like the likes of West Ham, Newcastle, Everton's, United, Leeds coming up. So a tough running. So how big of a week this is going to be for Nuno, mate?
I'd say it's a pretty big week. We just, like I say, we just need to get some confidence back in the side. I think going forward, I like what he's come out with today in his press conference. I thought it was the most open, like I've said, he's been so far. And I think he knows kind of some of the problems and he's working them out. I think he needs to work out kind of what is his midfield 3 or midfield 2, or is he going to play a 4-2-3? We need to settle formation. I think there's going to be a lot we're going to learn over the next few games and weeks, and I think by the time we get to, let's say, when we're 10 games in, I think we'll know a bit more. I mean the pressure's starting. That's what I would say. But I think trying to get behind him. I don't think most of it is his fault. He didn't, it was okay. It was one of our last resorts, but he's come in. He's had to handle a lot of bad situations. I like him. He's a nice bloke. I like the way he kind of speaks about the club, and he wants to make us proud. I'm sure after Sunday he's thinking, no, that's not what I want to do. He just thinks maybe I think we've been a little bit of bad luck, and then the international break kind of came at the wrong time when we were kind of getting into our groove a little bit. We weren't brilliant, but we were getting results, weren't we? And that's what all the best teams do. You look at Chelsea. Sometimes they don't play brilliantly, but they grind out a result, and they come out the other end. So yeah, I do think it is a fairly big week. I think I'm more. Well, obviously I want to win both games, but yeah, I think I'd obviously rather beat Arsenal and maybe get some confidence back in the league. Yeah, and at least a showing at Wolves. I think it would depend what the Wolves team will be. I think that will be interesting because I know under Wolves, Nuno wouldn't play like his first team. He'd kind of play a kind of secondish string, but I don't know about Bruno Lage. And they haven't been brilliant, to be honest. I do think personally we can get at them. I think, they may play Traore, but I think they might make a few changes.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Evening, Alexander Hilton. Thanks for coming in, pal. Thanks for all the support. Thanks, and welcome back to the channel, mate. JP says, I think Nuno will play the strongest lineup, though he needs a victory. And Alexander Hilton says, we already beat Wolves. Why can't we do it again? It's not as simple as that, pal. Yes, Chris, from Leicester Till I
There he
Die.
is.
Come on, you Wolves. Yes, banter. We both lost at the weekend, Chris. How did I do with my points on the thing? I think I've done quite bad, actually, so let's not mention that, Chris. But Chris, thanks for your continued support for the channel.
Brighton's lovely this time of year, Chris. Lovely city, lovely town, and yeah.
Seagulls. And guys, go to Leicester Till I Die TV. Okay, it's another club channel, but Chris,
He's brilliant, honestly.
He's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. He doesn't just do Leicester thing; he does other things as well. Seriously, he's a fantastic guy, fantastic content, and he brings some fantastic guests on as well. And JP says laugh out loud. Dean says no, we missed the window on Jesse Lingard last season when we could have got him cheap after that spell at West Ham and England from he won't come Spurs. I think at the minute I think Dean's right. I think he's got enough down at West at United and got a couple of goals this season already.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be an important player going forward for the season for United.
Yeah, maybe
an
squad
impact player,
isn't he? Yeah.
And an impact player when the game ain't going right. Look at that goal against West Ham, fantastic goal. I mean, so Will United? No, I can't. United getting rid of him. Leicester says, big up the panel. We all had a shocker, mate. Oh, right, okay. Game and predictions, laugh out loud. Cheers, bud. Don't get me going on the bar. I've not calmed down yet. Go on, Chris. So I've had a big week. I think everyone's had a bad week on the predictions on Leicester Till I Die, guys. Get over there. I think Chris has done his once. I don't know when it is. Is it tonight, Chris, or is it tomorrow night? You do your predictions. It's fun, guys. Just have a watch and get your comments in there, guys. So go over to Leicester Till I Die TV, guys. Absolutely fantastic guy, Chris. So Matt, it's my turn. Yeah, a big week from you. Yes, it is. Absolutely massive week. A terrible result against Chelsea. Oh no, draw against Rennes. Terrible against. He needs a result tomorrow. He does. He really does. And I've said before, Matt, if you don't get a result tomorrow, mate, and go into the Arsenal game and don't get a result again, Jesus Christ, keep it. Absolutely, the pressure will mount, mate. And people can say, "Oh, it's only 4, 5, 6 games in." It doesn't matter. It's not like years ago, Matt, when they've been given time, Matt. We know what football's like now, mate. Someone like this under Roman Abramovich, mate, at Chelsea. And let's just look at, just for example, Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League. Was it? Yeah, won the Champions League from.
Yeah.
They sacked him in the summer.
I think the difference is.
But the thing is with Roman,
I don't think Nuno would do bad at someone like Chelsea because he's got the squad there pre-made. But
the thing is, I just don't think he's actually a great manager, Matt. I really don't, mate. I really, really don't. Me personally, I don't think he will handle a couple of these big players very well. But me personally, mate, if you look at Chelsea over the past, mate, they are the prime example in the Premier League. And Roman he don't care, does he? He is so harsh with that whip, mate. So yeah, if you're not doing it, mate, doesn't matter how long you've been there, mate, you're gone. Bang bang, let's get change in, bomb. And he doesn't care. Look at Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard was given 230 million in the summer.
Yeah.
Given what? A couple months down the line, mate, wasn't going well. Bomb, he's gone. 2 short in.
I suppose you could say the same for Levy recently. Like, he has had a bit of the trigger finger, hasn't he? Like, sat Mourinho. He didn't really give Mourinho that long. If you kind of think about it, when it was going tough, he did get rid of him, obviously, before a cup final, which was bloody stupid. But the difference is Abramovich backs his managers, and the bald twat doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And Chris said it's Spursy this week, guys. So Get over to Tottenham till I die. Leicester. Sorry, Chris. Sorry, Chris. I'm glad he's gone. Chris is gone, I think. Anyway, Leicester till I die TV with Chris. Chris is a fantastic guy. So Thursday's got Manchester City fan on there, guys. Get over and get your predictions in, guys. It's fun. It's brilliant. And he says, thanks for coming on, Simon. Take care, both of you. Stay safe. Chris, it's always a
You
pleasure,
too,
mate. Me and Matt, anytime if we're available, we'll come on, mate. Not a problem. And Jake says, boys, what's more important to you at the moment? Is it the trophy drought and ending that, or is it getting back to fluent football like under Poch, regardless of it brings a trophy? What's the priority? The priority is to win trophies. I mean, we're all moaning we ain't won trophy 2 years and things like this. We can't now just come out of it and say, "Oh, wait on, I want to go back to that fluent football. Fuck trophies." I mean, no. Maybe it's trophies. Everyone's got their own opinions. Everyone's got their own thing. Yes, the football was good under Poch. Keep reminded, we didn't win nothing under Poch, and this is the problem. You know what I mean? So, will you go back to that fluent football, nice football, or would you just want to end that trophy drought, Matt?
I think for me, if it's like, if we could go back to the fluent football, but we learnt from our lessons, unlike we did with Poch, and Levy actually will back whoever's in charge and bring in quality, then I think we'd win trophies anyway if we went back to that quality. Because realistically, we weren't that far away. We just needed better quality players. Like when Poch wanted Wijnaldum, he didn't get him. He wanted Mane. He wanted Hakimi. Who did he get? Nkudu, NG. I can't even remember who the others are, but Kevin
I can see where
Wimmer.
they're coming from.
It wasn't good enough. In terms of backup, it was shocking.
But people then will say to you, "But Matt, look at the team when he did have it. I mean, when he nearly won the league and things like that. That was a good team. I mean, and not winning trophies with that, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, I could remind you of that and say, you know what I mean? Pochettino had his chance with the, and it's true. He had his chance there. He just went sour, and you can look on the other side, as you said, with the transfers, and that's the same with Mourinho. You can say it with Mourinho. I mean, Mourinho wanted certain players.
Yeah.
Hey Redknapp, go back to Hey Redknapp days. He wanted a Hazard. He wanted the Luis Suarez.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't get them. I mean, so it's not only Pochettino, and I think everyone uses Pochettino name a lot, Matt. He uses a lot all the time, mate. They've got to remember, it's not just under Pochettino, mate. It's been on a lot of managers that.
Arguably, I think the man probably who deserves the credit before Poch is Tim Sherwood. He's the one who brought Harry Kane through. He had a 59% win ratio at Tottenham, which arguably isn't that bad, considering how everyone says how bad he actually did. 59% winning ratio. I think we'd take that now, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Overall. But no, I'll agree with you. I think the trophy is well overdue, and I could do with a day out at Wembley and finally win something. You know, it's the memories that you'd never forget. So I'll go with the trophy because I haven't seen one for 14 years.
Spurs Fly says, "Hey guys, as Spurs Fly, thanks for coming in, pal." Dean says, "People say Poch in trouble at PSG. 6 out of 6 in the league. They come good in Champions League. He's not coming back anytime soon." Sorry, guys. And I'm saying what we got, not what we. Do you know what, with Pochettino? I don't want some. I want him
to come back when we have a new owner. When they're going to spend the money and properly put. I don't want him to go back with Levy because I know how it's going to end again, and then I feel like his reputation's just completely tarnished. At least he's got some form of the memories, and I can hold on to them and remember them. But I wouldn't want him to come back and fail, because then we'd all just remember that. So
yeah, absolutely, Matty. Alexander says, "Why can't we get both?" Zizoko. Alexander says, "Poch."
Because I was saying about other signings when I forgot Sissoko. Yeah, exactly. So we got Sissoko for 35 million or 30, which was a waste.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Spurs will, I say, transition takes time, and we'll see some growing pains. Oh, mate, seriously, don't. These words just really just get me going. Seriously, um, seriously, it's 20 odd years we've been hearing these flipping words and these sort of flipping. Oh, we're building, and it's boring, really. So I can see where you're coming from, though, Spurs for life.
I think he's kind of
And you're
saying
entitled to an opinion.
we've got to go through this to get maybe to the good, but
We've been through it, Matt. How many times
yeah,
we've been through this?
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's
How long?
and
How
it'll
long?
be
How
like
long?
it'll
How
be
long is
like
this
when
painful rebuild gonna last? Like it feels like it's been
that's what I'm
going on
saying.
for about 3 years.
It'll be like it when Nuno goes, another manager comes in. Oh, it's the same. Oh, give him time, rebuild. Oh, he's building. Oh,
The problem is with a painful rebuild is every deadwood player has to go for the painful rebuild to finish. This is what we're not getting right.
yeah,
I'd rather
absolutely.
Doherty, Davies, Winks all just go and just
Yeah.
maybe, maybe by then you could bring in a couple of young or just bring in other players. It can't be
Well,
that hard.
I mean, if you look at some teams, Matt, and look at their midfield to ours, and we've relied on skips. I know Oliver Skip, and he doesn't bring enough for me. Every
too much
now and then
pressure on him.
he'll have a fantastic pass, Matt, and he's got
Yeah.
a lot of running about. But for me, that's not enough.
For me, he's there for backup when Højbjerg, you want to rest him. That's what I believe he should be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We should be having more quality in there. There's more experience, more. I mean, and this is what we haven't had. Spurs for Life says Harry Redknapp was brilliant, taking us to a Champions League spot 2 times. Harry Redknapp was an absolutely fantastic manager. I absolutely loved him.
Was brilliant, wasn't it?
We had Modric and
he did have the team, though, didn't he? I mean,
he had the Bales.
That midfield was a joke.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, but Harry Redknapp always go down as a top manager for me. Okay, didn't win nothing yet again, but we did play some great football underneath him, but no trophy.
Great guy as well. Brilliant guy. Met him.
Right, yeah, absolutely. JP says Ericsson is such a big miss. I didn't think so at the time, but it's obvious now our lack of creativity in midfield is hurting us bad. Yeah, absolutely.
I think Ericsson made Dele Alli the player that he was in the 15-16, 16-17 season, because what he would do is Ericsson would kind of drift into the number 10 or out wide, and then Ali would run in behind, and he knew he could get the pass in when it comes in. The quality into the box is, that's what we're missing kind of at the moment. But if you look when we were at our best, it was Ali and Ericsson kind of interchanging positions, and people just couldn't read it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. JP says it's a process. So yeah, it's been a big process, long process for this flipping club. Them down the road saying trust the process. I mean, and I think it's getting banter on us now. You know what I mean? Trust that process. Flipping hell, Jesus, you joke. Spurs for Life says we are not going to compete with the elite, buddy. It's that simple as we wait for the stadium to generate funds to bring in better quality players. We shouldn't be able to wait until generate funds. I can see where he comes from.
That stadium brings in enough money. That stadium brings in enough money.
We've got money. I don't care what anyone says. Let me get that told first. We've got money. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, this stadium is getting paid over 25 years, right? It's got nothing. Seriously, it's got nothing to do with what's happening now, right?
It's not kind of only that, is it? I mean, you've got the boxing on Saturday, you've got the NFL coming, and then I read before I came on here the NFL kind of draft thing, or where all the coaches come to like kind of scout them all. They must be paying a lot to come to our stadium.
Absolutely, Matt.
I believe it's making money. And how much is a match ticket? I mean, minimum Premier League game is 70 quid.
That's what I'm saying. So, trust me, before even we went into the stadium, we got money. We've got money in that bank. If we got 90 million or whatever it was, we was going to buy Martinez in the summer, where's that then? We was going to pay 90 million for him or whatever it was. Where's that? You know what I mean? So we have got money. I don't care what anyone says, right? And we built this stadium. We've got one of the best training facilities in the world. Why do we have to then wait another season or two to generate funds and then to bring in quality players? No, we always do it the other way around. We're Irish. This club's Irish, and we always do it backwards. You know what I mean, and I think we're in. So Dean says Tim Sherwood only got sacked because we missed Champions League when Chelsea won it and we finished fourth. Yeah, I did like Timmy. He got certain players playing for him, especially Adebayor. I loved him and Adebayor's relationship. I think that was brilliant. That was, yeah,
Remember
like that. Yeah, like that. I love Adebayor. I don't care what anyone says. You can rap me all you want. He's an arse, but he was fantastic. What a striker he was! What a striker Adebayor was. I think we are preparing the way for Ten Hag with all these brilliant young signings. Yeah, but we've been doing this for ages. I don't think people forget we've been bringing young players in every season, right? And we'll look where it's got us. It's got the road to nowhere.
He's a bloody good manager. I'll give him that.
Oh, but probably wait another 10 years down the line for trophies under him as well. I mean, so, and I said it before, and I've said it again, guys. This club will never change until this lot goes. So we can sit here all night, all day, talking about we should do this, we should have this. Nothing will happen. Nothing will change until these guys are gone. So we've got to keep hammering the drum for getting these guys out. So these are the poison of the club. Dean says Martin Yole should have stayed. Fantastic guy. What a manager he was. He started. He started.
Got nowhere. He's got nowhere. Martin Yole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He started the revelation off the way that we play, and
he did.
He started everything off, innit? Then
made us into that Europa League, and then we believed, and then
I loved it when we went to Highbury and he went toe to toe with Arsene Wenger when Keno scored.
Yeah,
and I think Wenger wanted it disallowed for saying, and Martin Yole was fantastic. And JP says no, we had to face facts. We are not even close to being in the same realm of spending we're nowhere near. Nowhere near.
I know we're not near that, but we should be spending more than
the question should be
Arsenal, who aren't even in Europe.
The question should be asked again: why? We've got the money. I don't care what everyone says. We've got the money. I mean, okay, we haven't got the apparently we haven't got the millions and billions, but this guy's worth over £5.5, nearly £6 billion, something like that. The guy's got money. I mean, he chooses not to think as a clever, very clever businessman. Nuno is processed. Spurs for Life says Levy and Edic won't spend any of their own money, boys. Guys, can I ask you how much money do we generate a year from match day tickets and stadium? I've been told it's a full stadium with all the people buying beers and things like that, and that is $1 million a game. It's about $1 million a game, roughly.
And how many games is the Premier League? Like 38, isn't it?
Yeah. So we do generate this club. This ground generates a lot of money. So, and even do you know what? I'll take the Amazon guy, that Jeff guy was whatever his name is.
Bezos.
Yeah, Bezos. Yeah, I'll take it. I get all the Amazon Bowl or the Amazon Stadium.
As long as he's willing to spend, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. The COVID killing our funding, but given the stadium is bringing in money now, we need to buy a creative midfielder and a striker in January. No excuse. JP, absolutely spot on. Don't think we're going to get it, mate. Really
I think we'll get a creative midfielder.
I think we'll try. I think we'll try.
We won't get a striker.
And they'll make out to the fans, and they will make out to the fans. They'll make it known that they're trying, but they'll fail again. It's a hard window. It's overflated transfer fees in January. Unless we are desperate, we've got to pay over the odds. But who's going to be available? That's now the other one. I mean, at that time. So Spurs for Life says stores, food, and what have you. Was that stores, food, and what have you? Matt,
I think
in
he's
that?
because you said about match revenue, and I think he's included.
Oh, right, yeah.
Spurs store. I mean, is that included with all the food and
Stores,
all that?
food. Yeah.
So
Right.
it's a million a game.
Sorry, pal. Yeah. Yeah. I think that'd be tickets, stores, food, and everything.
It's
I
all
think that'd be
included,
everything.
isn't it? The old match
It's all
day
included. I
experience.
think it's about £1 million. I've been told on match days. So Alexander says Ten Hag is a winner. To Frank, he basically won every single trophy every season. It's Netherlands football. It's the fucking one of the shittiest leagues going. It's shit football.
Ajax are the
Shit
best
football.
team as well.
I mean, Sergius, Simon, spot on. Leafly has and will always be the problem. Absolutely spot on. Thanks for coming in, pal, and for your support for the channel. You're always in there as well. Yeah, they are the problem. And I keep saying it. Nothing will change. We can hope, we can pray for these players, but the Dean days, I heard about Martin Yole wanted to knock out Arsene Wenger by Clive Allen in an interview. I wouldn't be surprised, mate. That was funny. That was absolutely funny. That was. Jake says, boys, if there was one particular moment you could go back from the Pop era and change a particular moment in a game or replay a certain game, which would you choose? Champions League final.
No, can't choose Champions League final.
I'll just change Daniel Levy's when we was close to winning the league. I mean, getting us that one or two players we needed. I mean, to me, the Champions League finals are one off. I mean, but over a season, we were very close to winning the league, and we wasn't getting back properly. So, me personally, I'll go back and relive that season again, and hope and prayed we'd have got one or two players in, but we didn't. Matt?
Change a particular moment in a game or replay a certain game, which would you choose? I think the one game that sticks in my mind is when he played Son at left wing back against Chelsea in the Cup semi-final. I think if he'd go back, he'd change that, and I think we'd probably go on to win that and maybe could get into another final and potentially go on and win it. So I think if there was one, it would be that. I mean, maybe even the Battle of the Bridge, because I mean, the title race could have still been on. Technically, it would have been pressure on Leicester to win, and that pressure is.
Yeah.
So maybe the Battle of the Bridge, but I was proud of the team and how they kind of fought for the badge and kicked the shit out of the Rent boys. So in that sense, maybe not. I think the semi-final with the left wing back, Son at left wing back, I think I'd like to maybe go back to that.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Nice one. Alexander says plus sponsors. Yeah, we haven't got no sponsors. We've got a name right at the minute.
The training kit's got a sponsor in it now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That shopping thing. I don't know how much they pay, but.
First of all, I say we play 19 home games a season, and we only make 1 million, which would mean we only make £90 million. Well, that's even the thing. It's not from.
Don't forget all the events.
Other things.
NFL,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
boxing. What else do they do? They do everything there. They concerts.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I meant the revenue that comes from the sales within the stadium to generate funds. JP saying wouldn't play Kane in the Champions League final. Here we go. That's a good one.
But you can't choose a Champions League final, so it doesn't.
Oh yeah. Leverley always goes for the cheapest option. How many times have we missed out on a certain player because of Leverley not prepared to spend an extra millions? Bruno Fernandes, Dybala, etc. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking the other day, we give Steve Hitchen a hard time.
Maybe it's not his fault. He finds these players. He would have found Bruno Fernandes
and maybe there was a bit of an insight when he said, "I don't like this time of the year," in thing, because maybe he spots the talent and it's Daniel. He probably phoned Daniel saying, right, they want this. It's Daniel Levy's probably saying he's probably put a stop to everything. So there's us thinking Steve Hitchen, who can't get a deal over the line. He can't do nothing until the money's paid, until it's agreed. So are we being hard on Steve Hitchen?
Maybe. I mean, Steve Hitchen, he uncovered Bruno Fernandes. I mean, he must have scouted him, because we were linked with him and close to him. He would have scouted Jack Grealish. He would have scouted Dybala.
Yeah.
I mean, all these players, if they're in our team, we'd be one hell of a team. But yeah, he can't be that bad as a scout, because he's, Man United went for Bruno Fernandes, and he's absolutely brilliant. So
yeah. The guys in the comments, do you think Steve Hitchen, I know we've gained some stick, do you reckon we've treated him a bit badly? We didn't really sit back and think, do you know what? This could be Daniel Levy here. Steve Hitchen probably did want the Bruno Fernandes, the Grealishes, and the Dybalas of the world.
Maybe what Steve Hitchen isn't good at is kind of trying to negotiate a deal down, whereas maybe Paratici can find a way of doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, what date does the January window open, and what type of position do you think we'll try to fill? So we're not going to get into that thing. This could run for ages.
31st of December, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the 1st of January to the 31st of January. So we could probably do another show on that. Good shout, Matt. JP says, Spurs for Life says, this is a cracking show, guys. Loving it. Thank you very much, pal. Okay, how much money do we make from advertising a year then?
I'm not a financial expert.
Yeah. Legally is far too tight. Absolutely agree. Think of the TV money you'll get from Sky, BT, etc. for each game. That's where most of the revenue comes from. Absolutely, pal. Dean says, if we could sign Connor Cody and Jesse Lingard in January, would you be happy?
I'd be pretty happy with that. I've got to be honest, but
it's got to be a striker in there. We desperately need a striker. But I wouldn't say no to them. I wouldn't say no to them too, Dean. Spurs Life says Steve Hitchen is like a child getting a certain amount of money, and his mum has and told his mum to make the best of it. I don't know, I sat back the other day. I was thinking about it, and it could be all Daniel Levy. This, not coughing the money up. Alexander Hilton says that's Spurs for Life. Kessie would be our first signing, probably. Kessie will be a good signing.
It's not what we need, though, really, is it?
No, it's not. JP says Levy answers to Joe Lewis, who's clearly not willing to go all out. So is Levy fully to blame as well? Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. It's Lewis and yeah. Adam, yes, Adam. Thanks for coming on, pal. Spurs for Life says, I think Hitchen is just a puppet given a certain amount of money to work with, and Levy pulls the strings. Yeah, that could be it. There's no way Lingard will come to us. Jake says, do you think Spurs season could be over by January? Oh dear. Alexander says Kessie is just another mediocrity. He's not good enough for us. And AC Milan were shocked at the amount of wages he wants for his pay rise. Loving the interaction here. JP says good chance. Jake. Alexander says, to be frank, Hitchen spent 10 mil on Clark. Could have spent on yeah, absolutely. I can see where you're coming from there.
Yeah, but the thing with maybe he was told Fernandes ain't happening, so then he had to find an alternative and quick.
Yeah, absolutely. So is this? So we'll go back to it quickly. I'll have to let's have the final words on this one. How big of a week is this for Nuno? Massive. I think
it's big for the club as well as him.
To me, Matt, he has to win tomorrow and at least get something out of Arsenal as well. So, Matt, your last word on how big of a week this is for Nuno?
Yeah, I think it's a fairly big week. I think it's as well as a big week for him as much as the club, the board, the players. They've all got to come together. They've all got to step up, and we've got to hope we can get through this tough period and come out the other side. But time will tell. We'll find out soon.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So me personally, massive week for Nuno. He has to do something. He's got to find it somewhere. I mean, got to find some magic somewhere. And Matt, the last one before I get the predict the team that I picked to see if you agree with it. Then we'll get our predictions. Then we'll head out of the show. Matt, is this a cup that you want Tottenham to take seriously?
I want us to take every trophy seriously. I want to win something this year. I'm fed up of.
Yeah, we know what I'm trying to say, Matt. We know, like, the FA Cup 100%, but would you like this trophy here, like saying, especially like coming to the Arsenal game and things at the weekend, and just saying, do you know what, we can poise for a week. So not really bothered about this trophy, but
Man City win it every year, so it's good enough for them. Yeah. It's good enough for me. I'd say I want us just to get this monkey off our back. I've got to be honest. Whatever cup it is, whether it's the Conference League, whether it's this, whether it's the FA Cup. I think if I could choose, of course I'd choose the FA Cup. But we know how hard that is, and it gets very tough, especially as it's during the winter period and into January. You know what that's like. Arguably, in this competition, you're 3 games away from the final. So. Yeah. In that sense, I think it's probably the easiest cup to go for.
Absolutely. As Matt said, you're right to take every cup seriously because we're being deprived of 2 League Cups in 20 odd years under Daniel Levy and co. It's not good enough for all the good times we've had. I mean, under certain managers, all the good players we've had.
I think
unbelievable squad we've had, unbelievable teams, and we haven't won Jackal in the recent times, mate. It is very worrying.
And we remember these legends that we talk about, Gascoigne's, all those because they've won stuff for us.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. And there's a little thing here, Matt. I want to bring up. Mm-hmm. This is here. I don't know if you can see it there, guys. That's in League. Since 1990, we've had about 26 managers. Since 1990, we've had 14 managers in 20 years under Daniel Levy and Joe Lewis, and that just says it all, guys. Go back to your big teams. You know what I mean? They're nowhere near so many managers like that. You know what I mean? I think it's a bit. It's a bit small, Matt, but there is. I've counted it. I think it's about 26 managers since 1990 and 14 managers in 20 years under Enoch and Daniel Levy. Me personally, that's a bit of a joke, mate. Me personally, but yeah, taking it serious, Matt. Definitely, 100%.
We need to get every cup. We need to get some confidence back into this side. So
we do need some confidence back for the North London derby. And let's get through some of these comments before we bring up the thing, Matt. Dean says this is massive. This is massive. Not so tomorrow, but we don't like losing to Woolwich. Absolutely, Dean. I much prefer Bazuma. From Brian over Kessie.
Too much money. It'd be too much money.
Spurs for life. I was just predicting what Spurs will be getting in January. Kane needs to step up. Sonny can't do it all himself. JP, Sonny ain't been thing as well. He's had this niggling injury. He doesn't look at himself at the minute. So it's worrying. We've got 2 really, really. I wouldn't the debate about this the other night was, are these world-class players or are they just great players?
I think Son is, personally. I think Son steps up in big games.
To me, they're great players. I won't put them world class, Matt. World class, I'll put into the category of the bracket of Ronaldo's and Messi's 1 major trophies, mate. Major
World
honours.
class for me is players who change big games, and I think Son scored more big games than Kane has in terms of Champions Leagues.
I think you got like for that, mate. I think you got to add trophies as well. They've got to be start winning trophies as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
but if we had decent owners, they both would have won trophies. So
it's because there's some box average players out there, mate, who change games, and you could say, "Oh, he's a world class player."
but
Or he's a legend.
you look how many Spurs players have gone on to not when they leave us and they win stuff. There's no coincidence. It's because they've got an actual, the clubs they go to have got a board.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying they can't become a world class player. They probably can, without a shadow of doubt. At the minute, at Tottenham, I class them as great players. I won't class them as world class players. I won't put them in a bracket. I mean, because world class players, Matt, they win big honours, mate. Big trophies, big honours, the Ballon d'Ors and things like that. These are like fucking levels, isn't it? I mean, they're out there on their own, the Messi and Ronaldo's, mate. It's like, and just look at them now, mate. Still 36 years old, Ronaldo in the Premier League. Okay, Messi bottled it, I think. Not coming to the Premier League. I think he had the chance to come to the Premier League. I think he bottled it.
Would have been good to see.
Good to see. See if he can handle it. But Ronaldo, mate, he had the bottle to come back. He looks like a 21-year-old. He's fantastic. I love Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah,
I mean, Adam says Man City have had monopoly on the League Cup for 5+ years. I prefer us to be more focused on the Conference League. Dean says, Bill Nicholson said you can lose every game of the season, just don't lose to Arsenal. Bill Nick K. Spurs Life says, yes, Alex, I prefer Basuma over Kessie in January. I also want.
He's good. He is.
Back. Is that? Yeah, absolutely. Spurs for Life. We will not make top 4 list. No. Dars Cloud 92. Thanks for coming in, pal. Long time no see. I can't see anything other than a comfortable Spurs win.
I'd never call it comfortable.
Adam says Son is a world class player. Yeah, everyone's got their own opinions, Adam, and I won't disagree with them. That's it. That's your opinion. That's just me personally. Until they win, until they've got them big trophies in their cabinets as well. You know what I mean? I won't put them up there. I mean, they're great players. Don't get me wrong, and they can go on to be world class players. You know what I mean? Good Ronaldo as well. Ronaldo's won 2 European trophies with Portugal as well, and I mean, I'm an unbelievable player. Adam says I wouldn't even say that some of our players are good. Never mind world class. Oh mate, don't even go. That's another stream. That. JP say for me, Son is far more important for us than Kane. Also, give his commitment himself to us. Jury is still out on Kane. Let's not be too harsh on Kane. He's done unbelievable what he's done for Spurs. I mean, he's just going through. I totally was pissed off him how the way he treated it, he handled it in the summer, and I won't lie about it. But let's see, because Kane will come good, Matt. Kane.
He'll score a goal soon. I mean, that's inevitable. He will. I just can't see him not. But yeah, I think he just needs to step up a bit more. I think he just needs to get his fitness back as well, and work a bit harder. It will come good again, I'm sure. But
absolutely. Just his last comments here, mate, and get that team up. Forget these cups. Get you into Europe. Might be the only way Spurs if league form dips. Adam says, yep, you're entitled to your own opinion, mate. Absolutely, Adam. Absolutely, mate. Dean says, end of the show. Big up Jimmy Greaves. Rest in peace, legend. Never die. At the end of the show. Yeah, we'll do, mate. Not a problem. Matt, I've gone for this team, Matt. That's a team I think may start tomorrow. So it's Gordon Lean, what we want to call him, in goal. Ben Davies, Tanganga, Sanchez, and Doherty, and we've got Skip, Winks, and Lo Celso, Hill, Son, Lucas, if available. Matt, is that something that you think he may pick?
Not sure about Doherty. I don't know why. I just don't think he suits a back four. Personally, I think if you play him, you're gonna have to play him.
Matt, I only put him in there because game time. Because he's not playing against Arsenal.
No, yeah,
Full
I know,
stop.
but yeah, just
Full
every
stop.
time I've seen him in the Conference League, he's looked pretty woeful. So, but maybe Nuno
And
will give him a shot. I mean, he's got to rest probably Emerson, I suppose, because he's probably going to play against Arsenal, or he may play Tanganga.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To me, against Arsenal, I'll drop Emerson. Tanganga right back for me.
Yeah, I'd probably go for that solidity a bit more. I probably would play
and
Tanganga.
You know what? I'll go with Dyer and Sanchez if fit, and drop Romero against Arsenal. Just for the experience, Matt. To me personally, and the way they've been playing together before Sanchez went on international break. So to me, let's go with them two. But we'll get into that anyway. But yeah, what do you reckon of that, Matt?
I like it. A bit worried about the midfield. Got to be honest. If it's kind of that,
the thing is, Matt,
you know my opinion on Winks, but
yeah. Do you know what? It was hard, mate. I was like,
100%, mate. Yeah, I understand.
I hate typing his name. But we've got to do it.
There's no one else. There's no one else, is there?
There's no one else.
Really.
And as you said, Matt, we can't play the best of what we got. We've got the Arsenal game coming. You know what I mean? And other players need game time as well. Do you know what I mean?
100%. And I suppose one thing, I know we all give Winks a lot of hate, and but I know he's not the greatest player ever, but he'll give you 90 minutes if you ask him. Something that Lo Celso and Ndombele can't do. I know he's not. But he does have that commitment to last 90 minutes, and that's what I'd rate about him. If we compare Lo Celso, I still don't know what he is. I don't know where to play him. I don't know if he's a CDM. I don't know if he's a box to box. I don't know if he's a playmaker.
That was another name, Matt. I was like, I don't want to type this name. But you have to.
I'd rather see
these two are not playing against Arsenal. Yeah, absolutely. I can't see he's playing against Arsenal. And I'd rather play Skip tomorrow. He's a bit of a. I think he will. Yeah. I think he's. The more important player. He's come back from injury, so he needs a bit more game time under his belt as well.
I'd agree with the midfield, and I like the front three actually. I was actually going to say I'd put Son up front and bench Kane.
Yeah,
I just think on the counter against Wolves we can get.
I'm not too sure about Lucas, Matt, if he's available. I've been told that he is. So
yeah,
I think,
it'd be good to see him because I do think we miss his energy at times, and even to have him on the bench against Arsenal would be great as well, just for someone who can just be a bit nasty and cause problems in their defence, because he doesn't give you a minute on the ball, does he? He will press and press and press and give you energy, especially if you feel like Kane's not doing his job or he's just tired and not pressing enough. Then you could change it up. Do you know what? It's a pretty spot on team, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely tough. Yeah, absolutely. So Matt, let's get this couple of comments, then we'll get your prediction, mate. Alexander says should mark a day a chance because he's on form.
It's Premier League too, though. I know it's just hard to say. I've looked at Dane Scarlett when he's come in, and he hasn't quite lit it up yet. I just think it's a bit too soon, but.
I was wondering about this lineup, but when I remembered Arsenal this weekend, oh my God, Winks! Yes, yes, JP. I couldn't type it. I was asking myself, close your eyes. Seriously, him and Lo Celso. I mean, and 4 games, 4 goals, 1 assist, divine assist. Yes, another one.
Too young. He's going to be a great player, but he's too young.
Just please don't play Lo Celso up front. JP, we could play some youth players. How many chances do we give? Given the likes of Winks. I can see where you're coming from, pal. Much prefer Divine instead of Winks. Good shout, Alex. So predictions, Matt, tomorrow. Wolves versus Tottenham. We go to Wolves. We got a very lucky win in the league. A penalty from Dele Alli. We got battered. I think that's the word you could say. And if they had a proper clinical striker, they may have got a point or even won the game, Matt. So what are you going with here?
I think it'll be a tight game, but I do think we can get them. I saw what Brentford did to them on the weekend, and that was their full team. I do think defensively they look a bit weak, and I think we can get them with the likes of Son, Moura, Brian Hill. I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs.
Wow. 2-0 Spurs. I'm going to go with... there's Penwood Wolves team as well. He puts out.
It's so hard to predict, isn't it?
I think the leagues have been more important. They've been shocking in the league at the minute.
They need to concentrate on the league because obviously they've only won one game.
If they do rest a few players, because their depth's not great either. It's probably worse than ours.
It probably is.
And if we turn up with that team now, I think we've got enough attacking to go and beat Wolves tomorrow. And I think it'll be 2-1 Tottenham. It's hard to predict Tottenham to win at the minute.
It is. I just think
but it's against a bit of a bad Wolves team at the minute.
Yeah, something's got to give,
coming off
isn't
a 2-0 home defeat at Brentford.
Yeah, something's got to give though, hasn't it? We've got to turn it around. So I'm going to go with tomorrow. I just think hopefully a wake up call against Chelsea.
Yeah, absolutely. And win on penalties. There will be a replay if draw. Okay,
time, I think, doesn't it?
I think 1-0 Spurs. I think you guys scored many goals through normally. So guys, yes. As I said, I'll bring this up again. Jimmy Greaves passed away over the weekend. Fantastic footballer, absolutely fantastic footballer for his club. And just go through some of them stats. Spurs all-time record scorer. Harry Kane is 59 behind him. Can he get it? Who? If he stays, he definitely will get that. 661 appearances, 466 goals, an amazing record. And he scored in his debut for Chelsea, England, Spurs, and Milan. 44 goals in 57 England caps. Most scored in English top division history, 357. 6 most England hat-tricks. Most England hat-tricks got 6. 132 goals in 4 seasons for Chelsea. And he's a World Cup winner. Jesus Christ, you're all about legends. Gets thrown about too much, Matt, these days. After someone's had one good game or a couple of good games and won a trophy. This guy is a true legend, isn't it, of this football club? Absolutely. And Daniel Levy, it sounds like they're keeping to their things, that they have no statues outside the stadium and things like that. Absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah.
They should be ashamed of themselves of what this guy done for this football club. This is what you call an absolute top legend.
Well, it's a bit of a weird one for me. There's not even a Bill Nix statue either, is there?
That's what I'm saying. It's been a few statues out there, and he's one of them. Absolutely. And Daniel Levy needs to have a hard look at himself when he says this. Do you know what I mean? Absolute. Just take a look at other football clubs. They've got legends, absolutely proper legends outside their football grounds. Just to remember people, people can go out there and just remember these people. And we still think about them. You know what I mean? People have photos with these legends. You know what I mean? It's Daniel Levy all over in it, and it just smells of Daniel Levy.
Probably costs too much.
It probably costs too much. The budget's not there. Do you know what I mean? So guys, we are going to head out. Rest in peace, Jimmy. And rest in peace, Jimmy. 3-1 Spurs. Facts and stats. Rest in peace, Jimmy. Good show as always, lads. Rest in peace, Jimmy. Catch you on the next one. Yes, thanks for that, JP. No statue of the greatest player. Yeah, leading pathetic. Dean says, great show tonight, lads. Well done. Big up, lads. 2-1 Spurs. Fact said, no one Levy will have a gold statue of himself replacing the clock. Well, yeah, I went for a try. And his own statue outside, you know what I mean? Like, it's been, was it Morecambe and Wise, you know what I mean? Absolutely 0-0 on penalties. Jake says. So, guys, thanks for everyone's coming tonight. Absolutely. Me and Matt only wanted to keep it the thing. We've gone for under 20, now on 20 still. Yeah, but it's thanks to you guys in the chat.
Yeah,
you keep us.
Good.
It's brilliant interacting with you guys. As always. So what's coming up, guys? We have got the Arsenal versus Tottenham match preview, 7:00 on Friday, guys. And we have got this man. We have got this man back on the show, Kenny Ken, one of Arsenal's legendary status fans of the club. Fantastic. We've had him on the show a few times now with the late passing of Claude. Fantastic, guys. Seriously. You'll never come across a down-to-earth guy like Kenny Ken. Absolutely. And he talks sense. He knows his football. Kenny Ken. So it's great for Kenny Ken to accept our invite to come on. We did ask him for another one. It was a bit cheeky. I don't think we got the answer for that one. But we'll keep trying, Matt. We'll keep trying the one we want to get on. And we're still plugging away. I think one day we probably can get him on. And Dar says Kane scoring off the bench. I'm calling it. Nice one, Simon, Matt. Top lads. Great show as always. Thank you very much, guys.
Cheers,
and Kenny, yes, Kenny. If Leverley has a statue, will be good place for pigeons and to do their business. The legend Kenny Ken, yes, absolutely. Kenny Ken's absolutely top. And nice one, Kenny. So guys, tune in for that one, guys. Me and Matt welcome Kenny Ken on the show. It's a shame we ain't got Claude, because Claude would have come on as well, 100%. Gutted, absolutely gutted. Can't then come on for another one. But Kenny Ken's going to be there. Claude will be in spirit. So be there, guys. 7:00 Friday. So, guys, there has been over 20 of you in there. I want at least 20 likes, guys. And smash the subscribe if you already haven't, guys. Get this out to your families or friends. Even if they don't want to watch the channel, seriously, just get them to subscribe. It helps us to get onto 1K subs. We're just over 319 to go to get to the 1K. So I said, guys, thanks for everyone in the chat. Absolutely appreciate your comments, your opinions, and said everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone entitled to their opinion, that's what football's about. I mean, we can have a good debate. So guys, that's Wolves and Tottenham tomorrow night. And remember, do not miss Friday with Kenny Ken on Arsenal versus Tottenham match preview, 7:00. And as I said, guys, we've been Premier Hotspur TV, guys. I've been Simon, guys. And this has been Matt, the co-host. And does great work as well. He comes on and we'll try and get this channel up to the 1K, Matt. I think we'll get there before
end. There, mate. We're back on the grind. We had our little break with work manic, but yeah, we're gonna be getting content out. Me and Simon work hard behind the scenes. He does a great job with all the editing. I just turn up, to be honest.
Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely.
But yeah, it's a roller coaster ride being a Spurs fan, but we just hope we can cheer a few people up, or just cheer people up in general with you're not even a Spurs fan, after a tough year.
Yes. Come on. we accept anyone on this show. Do you know what I mean? And C says, when's the next win coming from? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, C. You know what I mean? So thanks for coming in. We're going out now. So join us, guys. Friday, 7 p.m. guys. Kenny Ken is on the show for the Arsenal preview, guys. 7 p.m. Friday. And Adam says, "Come on, you Spurs, lean it out."
Spot on.
And love it, absolutely love it, Adam. So I said once more, guys. I said once more, we've been playing Hotspur TV, guys. I've been Simon. This has been my co-host Matt.
Nice, guys.
And so we're going to leave you with this, guys. Good night. God bless. Have a lovely sleep, guys. And we'll see you Friday, 7 p.m. Arsenal versus Tottenham. Don't miss it, Kenny Ken. And we'll leave you with this. Good night, guys. God bless. Have a fantastic sleep. Come on, you Spurs. Lean it out. And let's hope. Let's hope. Yes, that's it.